Hello, everybody! Welcome! We are just loading up here for the F2 race at Silverstone. Round 3 of the championship here. Things are properly heating up. We've got 15 drivers here today, which is absolutely excellent to see. And everyone just getting prepared right now, setting up their cars for the one-shot qualifying session. As we get ready to go then, sorry, you might not have game sound at the moment. I will bring that to you in just a moment. You'll just have to listen to my lovely voice for now as Ghost Rider leads then down into turn 1, or turn 3 rather, but Rico pulls ahead as Mikkel then pulls ahead even further out of the hairpin, and down to Brooklands, Luffield and Woodcote. It's going to be Mikkel leading as Frey looks like he's made a mistake and is out of the session. Mikkel sliding a bit on entry and on exit, but holds it for now. Wobby making his way up to P2, beating Rico out of that previous complex, down into Cops, who can keep their foot in the most. Mikkel still comes out in the lead. Rico down to P4, up to P3, beating Ghost Rider on the entry to Maggots Beckett's. And then on the hanger straight, Mikkel still leading here. Enough of a gap to the guys behind us. Rico then battling for P2. Can he make it up past Wobby? He makes it past! Mikkel even! Can he hold it through Veal Chicane? Mikkel down to P3. Even Wobby's got ahead, and Rico then is going to come across the line and set pole. And it is a 40.1 for Rico. Wobby with a 40.3. Mikkel 40.5. And Ghost Rider with the 40.9. And that then is your two front rows. They will be starting further behind for the sprint race. Remember here in F2, the top 10 are flipped. So Kip will be starting in the lead of the sprint race. But Rico just pipping Mikkel at the end. Mikkel, I think, potentially just making a little mistake there into what it looked like it was Stowe, is where it started to unravel a little bit, because he had that pace all the way through the lap. But Rico pulled out all the stops and takes 2 points overall then as he sets pole. So already off to a good start this weekend. Hopefully we can see Rico do well here. Unfortunately, he had a bit of bad luck in round 1. So hopefully with being on pole for the feature race, he can stay out of trouble. But the problem is he's going to be starting in P10 for the sprint, and that is going to be tricky. You are in a very dangerous zone there. Welcome if you are just joining us. Rather exciting qualifying session there. Positions switching all the time. And here we go then. Oh, and Flynn! Immediately getting a drive-through for jumping the start. That is very strange indeed, as Nick de Vries also up into P1, but he has jumped the start as well, so that unfortunately will mean ooh, and Alex getting a 5-second penalty for collision there with Dakota. So an interesting start here. GG Land potentially then leading this race. Because as soon as Nick serves that drive-through, he is going to take over. We're getting a bit of action here from... And there's contact! Then it looks like... Was that Viper Strikes? Yeah, unfortunately then, Joe getting a bit of contact from behind, and that has put him to the back of the sprint here. Not quite sure who initiated that contact, but something to watch out for then. We could potentially see a report in the steward's room as Matt Pryor makes a move down the inside of Kip, but Kip's going to fight it back, but doesn't quite have the traction on exit. And we're going to see Rico there down the inside as well, leaving the space. Absolutely wonderful racing here. We're seeing quite a lot of drivers boxing. Several of them are for serving their pit stop, or their drive-through, I'm sure. As we see Wobby making his way past Kip as well, up into P4. Rifler and Mikkel are going side by side, but Mikkel comes out on top here at the moment. Oh, unfortunately, it looks like we've got a major disconnect here. So either we are about to call a red flag. Rico has joined back. This is interesting. Matt Pryor, though, has DNF'd. So we will stick with this for now, and we'll wait to see what the stewards decide to do. Yep, as several drivers are now joining back in. So we must have just got an unlucky run of disconnects there, but we're back racing again. GG Land has taken over the lead of this race, and Wobby and Dakota going side by side. Dakota's going to beat him around the outside and takes P2 in the sprint, as Rico wanting to get past this duo as well here. What can Rico do? And Flynn, thankfully, back in as well. Can Rico get himself up onto the sprint podium here? Let's just check the positions gained. Dakota making huge moves in this sprint race, as Rico does go down the inside of Wobby. Let's see, can he hold on? Almost, but Wobby's still there. Wobby's still there around the outside of Cops. But Rico, as always, leaving plenty of space. Absolutely wonderful racer. And he gets the move done. But yeah, Dakota, absolutely amazing job in this race. Up 13 positions so far. The unluckiest drivers here, Flynn and Viper, both down 10 and 9 positions. So, unfortunate for those guys.
Hey stream, hey Mav.
Hello.
Disconnects.
Disconnect. It looks like quite a lot of them have joined back in. Are we going to continue?
Some of them are struggling to get back in.
Okay, I think then let's reset and we will
It's
restart.
just a case that I think one of them had a power cut and it disconnected most people for some reason.
No problem. I think then
I
let's restart from the start of the sprint race because it did happen very early. So we'll call red flag, bring everyone back in, and we'll go from the start of the sprint race. Okay?
Okay.
Super duper. So everyone, we will be back very shortly indeed. Apologies for the slight break in proceedings here, but due to those mass disconnects, we are going to take a slight pause here as we reform the lobby, and we will be back with you once again very, very soon indeed. Please don't go away. everybody. Thank you for being patient with us there. We should hopefully be getting ready to go back racing here again. There we go, everyone just readying up now. And we are about to get ready to go. Hopefully, this is the first time I have had to reset a lobby for F2. Hopefully, it does the grid correctly for the feature race. So this is going to be interesting. We're going to go on quite a journey here. And we are just going to wait for the drivers then to load up their setups. They got to redo them all again because of the restart. Hopefully we have a nice smooth session from here on in. Hopefully you're all just as excited as some of the people up in the Paddock Club look like they are going to be. And here we go. Looks like a smoother start then, as the lights have reacted much better, and we are away then. And it looks like Rico is on pole, so unfortunately it hasn't flipped, but we will carry on. And there has been a yellow flag in turn 1. I think that is Rifler is around, but Rico with a good start then. Wobby in P2. Mikkel is in P3 here. Dakota once again making incredible moves at the start of this race. Up 6 positions already. An absolutely brilliant start. But MP are the team to beat here. P1 and P4 at the moment. Matt Pryor getting past Ghost Rider at the start of this race. And GG Land making his way through as well. Just take a look further down the grid here. Viper holding position in P9. What can he do from here? Mikkel, though, looking very, very dangerous here in P3. Dakota looking very dangerous too. But Matt Pryor down the inside of Mikkel doesn't quite make it work. But he is pressuring the number 22 car here. But now GG Land and Dakota are now going to start to apply the pressure too. That MP car looking like it is going to be under attack here. Dakota making the moves, and that is why Dakota on the soft tires here. He has got so much more grip than everyone else. Up 9 positions. Hello, Armin, and hello, Matt. Welcome to the stream. What do you guys think of Dakota putting on the soft tires here? Is that a good idea? Is it a bad idea? We are going to find out, but for now, he is setting the timing sheet to light anyway. And he's looking to square up another move here on Matt Pryor. Can he make the move down into Stowe? He's going to try it down the inside. And leaves the MP in the background there. These soft tires having so much more grip. Dakota really enjoying these F2 cars. Rico with a 44.0 then on this lap, but Dakota setting the fastest sector 3 as he makes his way through the traffic. Is he going to go around the outside of Mikkel? He does! Can he make it stick? Mikkel's going to have the inside for this corner. And Dakota then... Oh, Mikkel's sliding on the exit though! That lets Dakota through, and Matt Pryor then could have a look. He does. DRS wide open. And Mikkel's going to attempt the move down the inside of Dakota, but has to back out. And that then gives the position to Matt Pryor. And Mikkel's going to come under attack here from GG Land as well. So Mikkel definitely one of the ones to watch in qualifying. But in these early phases of the race, just not quite able to find the space to be able to stretch those legs. But watch this space, everyone. We have still got plenty of racing to bring you. And now, GG Land looks like he's going to go on the attack. 1/10 left, down the inside of Stowe. It's not going to be enough, though. He backs out of that one. He's going to try it at Vale. He's not, so just wisely biding his time for the moment. These cars don't have ERS to be able to use. It is just pure grunt from the engine. Oh, Arrow, unfortunately retiring from this session. I think that was in the pit lane. So that may have been suffocating, and Joe suffocating and Viper Strikes going side by side here. And Viper Strikes making his way past his teammate then, but suffocating's gonna make the move again. Not going to be enough, so Joe holds on to it for now. As GG Land making the move down the inside of Mikkel. Down the inside of Cobbs, but Mikkel holds it round the outside and carries enough space to be able to stay ahead. Mikkel now really feeling the pressure. Yeah, unlucky Arrow. If you had have reported that to us, we may have been able to remove that time penalty in the steward's review. Sometimes the game does give out silly penalties, and we do remove them after the race. Mikkel here, doing a really good job. Oh, but they made contact! And there's another car involved as well. I think that was Nick de Vries. So, unfortunately, Nick de Vries and that was GG Land thrown. Oh, it's Ghost Rider! Round the outside of Mikkel. Or was that? Mikkel around the outside of Ghost Rider, sorry. So for now, Mikkel holds on to P5. Ghost Rider is rapid here. He's closing in. And, oh, Viper then also ending up spinning out. We didn't quite catch what was the result of that. We did see another car was very, very close to him, but we're going to go on board here with Dakota. There's a yellow flag. I think that is for next retiring car. Dakota here is right on the tail of Wobby. Rico doing a really good job here, running away from the competition. .2 seconds to the rest of the field. Dakota not quite able to make a move on this lap. Up 11 positions. Absolutely incredible performance from the Carlin driver here. Driving very well indeed. Holding on well to these tyres. Lap 6 here of 11, so still another while to go. 5 laps. But those tyres have got to start feeling a little bit second hand soon. Let's go on board then with Ghost Rider, who is very close indeed. Come on, camera, change! Not quite able to make the move on Mikkel just yet. But does then into turn 3. Sweeps around the outside. They're going side by side here. Sorry for the camera direction. We're getting absolutely terrible views. But Mikkel does hold on to it for now then. And that is going to invite GG Land and Suffocating into this battle as well. But for now, Suffocating with the over-under. Beautiful move on GG Land, but GG Land comes back again on the inside of Brooklands. And is he going to get back past? It's going to be side by side through Cops, but GG Land with the inside line there holds on to it. But Suffocating's going to come back again and hold it side by side through Maggots Beckett's. That's very brave to hold it side by side there, but wisely backs out of it. He's going to take the DRS here. Ghost Rider still wanting to put pressure on the cars ahead. Dakota still not able to make that move for P2. So has to hold on just a little bit longer. That's inviting Matt Pryor into the battle for the podium places though. And Suffocating then does make his way past GG Land. And can now start to chase down Ghost Rider, who is still all over the gearbox of his teammate. Sharu's racing team. And he's got a great exit here. He's going to be putting a lot of pressure on down into Luffield. But Mikkel holds it around the outside. It's going to switch to the inside for the next corner. Ghost Rider goes deep around the outside. That's going to invite Suffocating down the inside. I don't know if they touched there, but Suffocating had to back out of it. He had a great run on Ghost Rider. Dakota, though, very close on this lap, but so is Matt Pryor. We're going to see something on this lap, I suspect. Dakota's not quite able to get close enough, though. He can't quite get the drive that Wobby is able to out of Maggots Beckett's. So, for now, holding station, as is Ghost Rider and Mikkel. Almost making contact with Mikkel there. Is that going to invite Suffocating in? That's a little bit of a mistake. So Suffocating sees an open door. Can't quite make a move on this lap, but is right on the gearbox of that car. Dakota could make the move here. He doesn't. Interesting. No, Wobby! Wobby has left the session. That then allows Dakota through into P2. An absolutely wonderful defensive drive from Wobby. Unfortunately taken away. Oh, Ghost Rider and Suffocating have made contact. And that then puts Suffocating down to P8, unfortunately. That promotes GG Land back up to P7 and Flynn all the way up to P6. Wobby rejoining the session then, but he will find he is in P4. We're going to watch this battle then for P8. 4 cars in the battle for P8 as Kip tries to make a move down the inside, but Suffocating shuts that down. And down the inside of Veal! But it is far too much. He goes off track. Oh, and he makes contact with Suffocating! That was rather dangerous there. And he does give the position to Suffocating. And looks like Viper is through as well. As a result. Matt Pryor is putting the pressure on Dakota here. Those soft tires have got to be going off. Because Dakota's coming under pressure. Side by side. But now Dakota's going to have the inside. Who's going to get the better traction? Yeah, those hards just looking like they've got that little bit more grip right now. Soft just really struggling to hang on. Yeah, Dante, it's still going to count. I know that it wasn't reversed. We'll have to take that into account for next time if there is a red flag. But this sprint will still count. And then obviously the feature race will count as well. So unfortunately, yes, technically we should have had a reverse top 10. But we weren't sure how the game was going to deal with it, if it was going to do it correctly or not. GG Land absolutely revving everything out of that art car to try and get as much as possible out of it as we enter the penultimate lap here. This is going to be an MP1-2 if it carries on like this. Oh no, okay. I thought potentially GG Land was mid-spin there. Coming down into the Brooklands Woodcut Luffield complex, but he's okay. Keeping it on track, half a second behind Flynn here. Yeah, now that we can see Dakota out of DRS, those soft tires really struggling to hold on right now. Already dropping 2.5 seconds. I think overall the softs have been an absolutely mega choice for the Dutchman, because it's got him out of trouble for some of these lower positions. as Suffocating and Viper get very close to making contact there. These guys racing extremely aggressively. Oh my goodness. Suffocating right in the diffuser of Viper. That's Ghost right behind them as well. Wants to make a move, try and recover from the earlier collisions. Frey now looking like he's putting a bit of pressure on Rifler here. But is it going to be enough? This is the final lap as Rico comes across the across the line to win the sprint race here in absolutely wonderful style. Then Matt Pryor is going to come home P2 for an MP12 in the sprint. Dakota is going to bring home an excellent P3 on that soft tire compound strategy. Absolute masterstroke of a race there. Mikael then, unfortunately, down one position, bringing home P4. Doesn't quite get the podium, even though he was chasing down Dakota at the end. So an interesting sprint race. We certainly had a handful of incidents there. That is going to make things interesting going into the feature race. And that then is your positions for this race. Top three, Rico, Matt Pryor, and Dakota. Miko and GG land fourth and fifth. Flynn holding down P6, dropped in the middle of the race, but incidents brought him back up to hold on to P6 then. Rifler and Frey up to P7 and 8. Viper holding on to P9. Ghost Rider down to P10. Suffocating up to P11, although he arguably should have had a much higher position in this race. Unfortunately, getting involved in an incident. Kip and Wobby down to P12 and 13. And then, unfortunately, we lost Nick de Vries in this race, as well as Arrow. So, we move on then to the feature race. So it looks like the weather then is a little bit sunnier here for the feature race. It is indeed. So now we're going to see very different tire compounds here. And it looks like we're going to have the same grid once again. So Rico getting away well here on his soft. Four drivers with soft tires this time. Most are still on the hards. We can see a Carlin still on the grid there, but does get underway. So Rico with an excellent start. Wobby in P2. Ghost Rider getting an absolutely brilliant start there, beating his teammate off the line, and is up to P3 now. Great job. And Dakota again doing a brilliant job, up 6 positions at the start of the race. Once again wants to get making moves through this grid. Oh, and a lot of cars going side by side through Maggots Beckett's. Ooh, Dakota making a wonderful move there into Veal. Very late call, but a beautiful pass all the same. And now he's going to put pressure on Matt Pryor as Reifler gets ahead of his teammate GG Land. Dakota's going to go round the outside of Matt Pryor. Absolutely wonderful stuff. Ghost Rider has done a good job, got up into P2 as Dakota's going to put pressure here on Mikael and go down the inside. Wonderful move as Matt Pryor then also is going to push Mikael down into P6. Is he? Not quite. He definitely stuck the nose in there though and wanted to give it a go. So once again, Dakota up 10 positions. Doing a great job. But those soft tires will wear out. It looked like they went for approximately 8 laps last time. And Matt now really is going to go for the movie. Oh! Getting very wiggly there. That's going to invite Reifler then to go down the inside at Stowe. But Matt Pryor holds it around the outside and is then on the inside for Veal. So Reifler's going to have to hold on for another lap. But here we go. DRS is enabled then. And look at this gaggle of cars. Mikael is a little bit of a cork in a bottle here. Matt Pryor is through. Reifler also then about to make it through. Little bit of a bump. But everyone gets away with it okay. As Mikael then does hold on to P6 and opens the DRS. So Mikael now has DRS to be able to defend with. Oh, Mikael! And I think that was Matt Pryor making contact with Mikael. Or Mikael making contact with Matt Pryor, I think. Potentially tapping him under the brakes. So that allows Reifler and GG Land, both art cars, go through. And unfortunately, Matt down into P12 as a result of that contact. So we'll go on board now with Dakota, who once again is making incredible moves through the field here, and he's going to put pressure on Wobby once again. And down the inside. Beautiful move from Dakota, making great use out of these soft tires. Yeah, unlucky from Matt. There's still a long way to go in this race, and always the chance of a safety car. So it always pays to keep the head down. GG Land and Rifler going side by side here as GG Land makes a move down the inside. Oh, it's 3 wide as Mikael tries to get involved too. Can he hold it around the outside? He's going to try, but doesn't quite have the straight line speed to be able to hold it. And now they're going to go 3 wide again into Brooklands. A little bit of a tap there from the 22. And we're going to head down to Cops here with Mikael in P6. And Rifler right on his tail. Oh, but goes very wide there. And we'll just take a look then at our current soft tire runners, all at the front of the grid now. They want to be making as much space as possible during this phase of the race, making the use out of those soft tires. Rifler looking down the inside of Mikael once more. Oh, but getting a massive kick of oversteer. That's going to invite Kip into the battle here. Let's go on board with Kip as we go through then. Turn 1. Turn 2, and then down into turn 3. We're going to be right on the tail of this art car ahead. We definitely have the pace, but Rifler is able to use DRS from the cars ahead. Ooh, as Viper just giving Kip a little boop from behind there. Let's just turn on telemetry so that we can see what's going on. It looks like Viper Strikes here has a good amount of pace as well. And round the outside of Stowe. That's a brave move! But it doesn't quite come off. Kept holding the inside for now. So, for the moment, Kip still in P8, Viper Strikes P9. We've got an interesting run of cars here. We've got the... ooh, as Frey almost making contact with Joe there. He went very wide in turn 2. And now Rifler has got plenty of space behind now. He doesn't need to worry about. And Mikkel has dropped out of DRS range of GG Land in front. So now, what can Rifler do in this race? Can he make his way past Mikkel? Is he going to have to make a strategic choice here? Box early, put on the softer set of tyres. Maybe not. He's going to have to go around the outside of Stowe if he's going to make it work. But Mikkel's wise to that one. And doesn't let it happen, but he's going to try around the outside of Veal. They're side by side. But unfortunately, Rifler can't quite get the car stopped in time. And Mikkel sweeps down the inside of Veal and stays ahead for now. But we're going to attack into turn 3. Down the inside. But I think, yeah, a little bit too late in the brakes means Rifler then ends up back behind Mikkel once again. And that also unfortunately means then that Mikkel actually got DRS on this lap. Because he was actually behind at the DRS detection point. Oh, Mikkel getting a bit of oversteer on the exit. That's going to make him weak down the hanger straight here. And that invites Rifler then to make the move. And makes his way past. As Kip then also taking advantage. And then is down the inside. Unfortunately, Michael is disconnected from the session, so as we now see, the pit stops are starting to happen here. So, this is going to be interesting. We are now going to see the drivers at the front are going to have to put on a harder tyre. And the rest of the field get to put on the lovely softer compound. So Rico then is the leading driver on that has made a stop. Ghost Rider, Dakota and Wobby finding themselves in P10, 11, 12, but they've got plenty of space in front of them to be able to still drive without any problems with traffic. Dakota, though, still putting a lot of pressure on Ghost Rider ahead. So interestingly, Wobby now behind Dakota gets to use the soft tires. Are we going to see Wobby come back into this podium fight as we get a run of 5-second penalties for speeding in the pit lane as Rifler and Suffocating both getting them? As we now see then several drivers boxing. As GG Land, Rifler, Suffocating and Flynn all boxing for their change of tyres. Kip now leading this race technically, but still needs to box for a new set of tires. Interesting to have left it on this long. You want to get on those softer compound as early as possible. Unless he's trying to think about the overcut. But Rico getting past. Mikael and Viper Strikes having a bit of a battle here through Maggots and Beckett's. Mikael is going to get the DRS here. But he's got an excellent drive out of Chapel. He's going to go down the inside at Stowe. There's not much Viper can do there. I would assume they're about to dive into the pits. Kip and Frey certainly do. And Mikael and Viper Strikes also do as well. Frey getting 5 seconds for spinning in the pit lane, unfortunately. But Mikael, Kip, Viper Strikes making it in okay. So, that then will round out the required pit stop. So, your grid should now start to look as it should do. Ooh, Dakota getting very close to Ghost Rider ahead. And Wobby is extremely close as well to Dakota on those lovely soft tires. So this is going to be very interesting. Wobby is going to want to make quick work of these guys, because he needs to get past soon, and he already is past Dakota then, and is almost pushing Ghost Rider through Woodcut. And into Cops we must go. Dakota's going to try and fight this back, and he does, because oh, Wobby though, holding it down the inside of Maggots Beckett's. Absolutely wonderful stuff. And now Wobby's going to get an absolutely excellent run here, getting towed all the way down to Stowe. Which direction is he going to go? But Dakota takes advantage of it and actually makes his way past Ghost Rider. So although Wobby's got the better tires here, ooh, careful Wobby. Dakota using the battling cars ahead to his advantage, and makes his way then up into P2. Wow, that was absolutely... Oh no! Ghost Rider, I think there. Was that getting a little bit loose, or was it contact? Hard to tell. It might have been a bit of contact, and if it was, that may mean Wobby is summoned to the stewards room post-race. That could be a penalty, but we'll see. Matt Pryor doing a good job recovering from contact earlier in the race. Was put quite a way down the field, but now doing an excellent job up in P6, coming under a bit of pressure from suffocating behind. But he currently doesn't have any time limit penalties, or track limit penalties rather. So even if he does lose position to suffocating here, he will still hold on to P6. And are we going to see a move from suffocating? We are around the outside of Stowe. That's a brave move to pull off if you can do it, but it's not needed. It's the over-under, but into Vale. Oh, absolutely terrible camera angles, unfortunately. Apologies for that, but suffocating doesn't make the move in field or club, but can he make it into turn one? He has to back out of it as Matt closes that door. But we're going to get another bite of the DRS cherry here in a moment. Talking about DRS, Wobby now back into the DRS zone of Dakota. GT Land and Ghost Rider now having a bit of a battle here. These soft tires just absolutely coming alive for these guys. So while for Dakota it was an absolutely brilliant idea to start on the softer compound and make his way through the field. For Ghost Rider here, potentially he's just going to end up going backwards. But let's see what he can do. He's going to get the DRS now. Can he use that to fight back? Suffocating can't quite make the move on Matt Pryor. He's going to try move down the inside at Veal. They are side by side, and they're going to hold it like that around Club. But once again, that door is slammed shut. But we get a great run out of Club, and we're just left space into turn 3. We're going to be right on the gearbox of Matt Pryor ahead. Let's go into T-Camp so we can hopefully see a little bit better. We're going to get great drive out of Albion Farm. And here we go. Can we make an attack here? Down the inside! We're squeezed just a little bit. And then it switches to the other way. Little bit of contact, wheel to side pod. But for the moment, we're stuck behind this MP Motorsport car. It's going to be tricky to make a move there, Ollie. So we got to back off for now. But we've got another DRS zone coming up once we exit Chapel. We just need to get a great line through Maggots Beckett's here, and we get much better than the car in front. And once again, we're going to get a brilliant run down to Stowe. Can we brake late enough? Oh, unfortunately, Ollie turning in a little bit too early. And it's resulted in another time penalty there. Didn't want to get involved in any contact with the MP Motorsport car. But as a result, unfortunately, Ollie grabbing another time penalty. That is unfortunately how things go with strict track limits. They can be absolutely brutal at times. But talking about brutal, coming on to, or we're about to come on to the final lap in a moment. Rico with a 16-second advantage over the rest of the field. Arguably, Dakota could have been much closer to Rico. I think he had considerably more pace here today, but was just involved in a lot of battles as a result of being out of position during qualifying. But I think Dakota can be very happy with what he's achieved today. But it looks like Rico's going to come away with back some points. Bobby, no! No! Wobby's left the session and his AI has pitted. Oh, that is absolute insanity. Wobby leaving on the final lap of the race, and the AI has done him dirty and decided to pit. And that's going to drop him all the way from P3 to P12. Maybe even P13. Wobby battling for P2 in this race. And it's all over. As we see Rifler as well, unfortunately, he retires on this final lap. Bit of a strange incident there, I think. Oh, Wobby, no! That is absolutely gutting. That man, absolutely no luck. Oh, Wobby, so sorry to see that happen. That is, potentially, they could have been set higher, but the problem is that, even being set higher, his AI would have still boxed. You know, and, as Matt Pryor and Suffocating go to battle on that final lap, but importantly, Rico then wins the feature race. He's going to take away maximum points here today. Dakota comes home for P2. GG Land smashes it in P3. Ghost Rider P4. Matt Pryor is going to pip everyone at the line for P5. Kip P6. Flynn P7. Yeah, you can't help with boxing, but yeah, then the AI wouldn't be as slow potentially. Yeah, for the likes of Tier 1 and Tier 2, the AI is generally set very high to prevent that exact occurrence from happening. But yeah, because this, there is essentially only one tier here, then we set it considerably lower so that there's no drivers can gain an advantage for just pausing the game and using AI to finish, because we want the drivers to be behind the wheel at all times. So, oh, what a race! We told, oh, excuse me, we told some incredible stories there today. That was a race of some incredible highs and some really, really unfortunate lows. We saw some incredible driving through the field from Dakota to make his way from P14 all the way up to P2. Both races. So overall, Dakota gets an absolutely brilliant result of 24 points. Which is almost the same as the main event win. So an absolutely brilliant event for him. Rico then coming away with what will be 39 points, 38 points once pole is added. So taking away absolute maximum points here for the weekend. Brilliant, brilliant stuff from Rico. That sets him up for a very good championship challenge. And a good result for Matt Pryor there as well today. Was involved in a couple of little incidents, but thankfully was able to recover relatively well. So then, Webby, I know, yeah, absolutely gutted. Everyone here, absolutely gutted for you. We really, really were rooting for you at the end there. But yeah, really, really unfortunate. So, oh, yeah, Webby, unfortunately, yeah, you should still get your points for the sprint. Yep. No, no. Let us check up on that, Webby. Don't take the game screenshot for as it is there. We'll investigate that. I think there's nothing really much we can do about the feature race, unfortunately, because it did box you, which was incredibly stupid. The AI boxing on the final lap. That is really unfortunate. Thank you very much, GG Land. Appreciate it. No problem at all. I really enjoy doing these streams. And thank you very much, everyone, for watching us here today. Don't forget as well to join us. We are going to be back again tomorrow. We won't have an ACC stream, unfortunately, tomorrow. So you won't be able to watch us there. But we should be able to be back for Tier 4 and Tier 3 tomorrow. And then we will be right back as well over the weekend for Tier 1 and Tier 2. Join us then over the next couple of days for that, and we will see you all back again. Hopefully you enjoyed that all. I've been Maverick. We'll see you again next time. Bye.